Yes, we got the wild hair going. I gotta wash my hair. I'm probably gonna wash it. You know what? I'm gonna wash my hair like around probably like Friday. I think I'm gonna wash my hair Friday. Yeah, Thursday or Friday. But yeah, so how y'all doing today? I didn't know what to talk about today. I still really don't know what to talk about today. It's gonna be all over the place. We know how I do the real talks with Marquita83. Thank you so much for the feedback, y'all, on the last video. And thank you for saying it's a good topic, because it is a good topic. I try to come on here and give you guys some type of motivation, inspiration, or something just to think about or dwell on and things of that sort, because everybody is, you know, going through a lot of things and need to hear these things, because some people try to get away with stuff and think it's okay, but it really isn't. It really isn't, you know what I'm saying? And some people just don't know better. So, you know, if you know better, you do better, you know what I mean? So that's just basically it about that. But yeah, so today I don't even know what I'm going to be talking about, but basically just on the strength of basically taking care of yourself, basically doing a, you know, a wellness check on yourself and a self check on yourself as far as what's going on, you know, basically mentally, physically, and stuff like that. A lot of us do so many things, and we, you know, tend to forget about ourselves. You know, we tend to forget about, you know, making sure that we go to the doctor, making sure that we, you know, whatever like that. Even if you're into the holistic doctors and stuff like that, whatever the case is, just making sure that you are drinking enough water, making sure that you're trying to eat as healthy as possible. You know, I'm talking to myself with that and things of that sort. You know, trying to basically do things to help you, you know, live stress-free and not to bring any, you know, type of stress on you that you don't need, any additionals or whatever the case is. Basically doing things that, you know, that you tend to your own business instead of minding other people's businesses, you know, basically if it doesn't concern you. But you know, a lot of people can't help that, but that's just basically about that, you know, because you got a lot of people out here that's like, well, I don't know, I'm going through this and da-da-da, but at the end of the day you stay inserting yourself. So it's just like, my dude, boo, like, you're doing it to yourself. So it's just like, you know, sometimes you don't realize what you're doing to yourself because you do it so much, so it becomes, you know, basically second nature to you. So when you do something for a long time or whatever the case is, you basically get used to it and you don't even notice it until someone points it out to you. And a lot of people try not to be mean or anything, but the truth hurts, okay? Basically is, so if I'm stepping on your toes, ouch, okay? So that's just basically it about that. But a lot of people don't like to hear the truth for some particular reason. You know, people want to hide the truth or whatever the case is, but that's what it is. You know, I don't know why people would like to be fake and phony or whatever the case is, because it's just like, why? This is how you are as a person. This is how you was brought out. You are a unique person. Everybody's unique in their own way. So why be fake, or why try to be phony or fake the funk about something that, you know, who you are, who you really are, you know, instead of pleasing somebody and basically trying to, you know, fit into the in crowd, or try to basically, you know, be nosy and see what Sally, Jack, and Jane is doing. Now, I'm not saying that a lot of us are nosy, okay? Sometimes I can be a little bit nosy, whatever the case is, but you got to be smart with your nosy, you know what I mean? Some people are too nosy to where they're like, say, and they're in, you know, trying to insert themselves into something that has nothing to do with you, especially if they haven't said your name, you know what I mean? And it's just like, bruh, like, really? Like, why do you, some people like to hear themselves talk, and I understand that, you know. I mean, I don't understand that, because I mean I talk on here, of course, because I have a YouTube channel, duh, but you know, when you meet me in person, I'm not saying I'm like you or I don't be talking, but it's just like, you know, sometimes you need that type of silence, or you need that type of, you know, mental peace at yourself, because it's like people just like to really talk and hear themselves talk, and then when they think when they talk they are always right. And I hate those type of people that think they're always right. Everybody is not always right, okay? Sometimes you may have something mixed up or whatever the case is. We are not perfect. We are not perfect. Let me say it again. We are not perfect, okay? That's just basically it, okay? And also, like back to self-care, whatever the case is. If you're tired, then you just need to have several seats. I mean, you know, you don't want to push yourself to the extent to where you're going to pass out, or whatever the case is. If you can't do something, or you can't, you know, meet up to somebody's, you know, say if you promise somebody something, or not promise, but if you say you're going to do something, or whatever the case is, if your body is telling you no, like completely no, then just stop, take a minute, take a breather, refresher, then come back as you're being energized, or whatever the case is. And I'm saying all this stuff because a lot of people need to hear these types of things. Sometimes they don't want to hear it, and sometimes they do want to hear it, or whatever the case is, or it depends on who's delivering it, or whatever the case is. So that's just basically it. You know, sometimes like with me, sometimes I need that push, you know, like I said, like with goals, I want to talk about that goals. When you set goals, we go write down and say, spewed out goals all day, all night, but at the end of the day, are you taking the action steps to it? So say if you want to go to college, or go back to college, or whatever the case is, have you looked at colleges that have your, you know, your course of study, or what you want to, you know, major in, or further your education in? Is it a good fit for you? Have you did a college tour, or have you like looked at brochures, or actually went to the school, basically college tour, looked to see around, you know, whatever the case is? Have you asked anybody, any of the alumni that were, you know, there at the school, or current students, of how the professors are and how the courses are, how's the academic? Have you, if you need any money or help or anything, have you tried to fill out for any scholarships, or look for any scholarships, any type of grants, or looked in the FAFSA or anything? In the case, it's just like those are the action steps there, you know, actually doing the application, actually getting the references, actually, you know, basically looking into it more. That's what I'm saying. You can spew out, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but are you putting the footwork in? You know what I mean? And that's just basically about that. That's why I said, you know, you have the idea, the right idea, whatever that you feel your heart desires, but you have to really sit down and come up with a master plan. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's why I have to go back to my planning, because it really is helpful when you write down things and, you know, and do a check off list, to-do list. That's why I say I always like to-do list, because it's there, and then you are looking at it and you're making sure, you know, even if you have to blow it up into a big type of board, or whatever the case is, so you can see it every day when you wake up in the morning, whatever the case is, or get something inspirational to help you go forth and do what you're supposed to do, whatever the case is. Because, you know, you have to have that type of inspiration, or have that type of, you know, positive energy around you, because the more negative energy that is around you, the more that puts you down into some type of, I don't want to say depressed state, or some type of, you know, in some type of, you know, like low into yourself. It's just like, you know, and it's like, I don't understand how people like to surround themselves around negative energy. I don't understand that. You know, if you have negative, like, it's not bringing any, you know, positive vibes to you. That is common sense. You know what I mean? That's why I said, you know, don't tolerate somebody. If you don't like them, you keep it moving. You know what I mean? Especially if you are going on in your path of, you know, basically, you know, doing what you're supposed to do. If Sally, Jack, and Jane is in the way, then they gonna have to bounce. You know what I mean? Like, that's just basically it about that. Like, ain't nobody trying to be mean or nothing, but you know what I mean? Like, people, you know, just, you know, people come and go. Nobody got time. I don't have the time. I don't know about y'all, but I don't got the time. You know what I mean? So that's just basically, you know, I just wanted to give a nice talk before I go home. You know, I'm coming from work, or whatever the case is, you know, getting a little point, you know, whatever the case is. But that's what you gotta do. I should have made a right over there, because there's traffic over here, and I'm gonna have to make a right over here. But at any rate, you guys know how Jersey traffic is. You know, it's not even school yet. School starts tomorrow. Maybe they're going to get their school stuff. Okay. And yes, everybody, school traffic is back. Lord Jesus. Okay. See me. I hate school traffic, and the hours that I work is like, it's the school hours. So that's just basically it. But yeah, so yeah, that's it, y'all. I mean, I just want to give y'all some type of encouragement, and I think I'm gonna also do that a lot. And also, I'm gonna talk about you guys know I gotta say something about YouTube. I always gotta do this, because I am a YouTube content creator, a doy, like, hello, like a basic Coily, like, yeah. You know what I mean? Sorry, stop. But yeah, so basically, I would just say, like, you know, a lot of people, when they come on YouTube, now YouTube is expanding, like, it's really expanding, you know what I mean? And yeah, because everybody's sitting through all that. anyway, YouTube is basically expanding and it's getting bigger, you know, and it seems like YouTube is moving towards mainstream, you know what I mean, like mainstream TV or whatever the case is. Like I said before in one of my videos or one of my vlogs, like, you know, back in the day people was on some YouTube, what you do, YouTube, you know, a lot of people just came on YouTube to listen to music and stuff like that. They wasn't about that life, about propping up a camera and doing YouTube or whatever the case is. A lot of people back in the day were using webcams, of course their phones. It wasn't as high tech or as you see it now. It wasn't like that. A lot of celebrities are doing YouTube now. They're getting YouTube channels and stuff like that. So it's getting a lot like basically second nature, you know. Everybody just like, you know what, I'm gonna give me a YouTube channel. Now it's like, oh, that's what's up, you know, whatever the case is. It's not, you know, frowned upon, you know, or whatever the case is. And this guy was in my face, but anyway so it was frowned upon because it was just like basically like you know, like, oh, you got a YouTube channel. That's why a lot of people used to be like, oh, I'd be scared to tell my family, I'd be scared to tell, you know, you know, not South Jack and Jane, because they always doing stuff, but be afraid to tell, you know, their friends and stuff that they have YouTube channels back in the day, because it, you know, I mean, it was a little embarrassing. Like, I didn't want to tell my family when I first started. I was just like, you know, like, I didn't want to tell them. I was like, please. I was like, oh my YouTube, you know. And then when I finally told my mother is just basically like my cheerleader, my biggest supporter. Like, she's always saying, oh, she got a YouTube channel. Like, oh, Charmaine don't like to tell nobody, but I'm gonna tell her, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I really appreciate her for that, you know. Other family members as well, and you know, friends and stuff like that. Like I have really great supporters, like really, like, I'm blessed for that, because there's some people out there that don't, you know, not even one of their family members look at their, you know, their channel or whatever the case is, or have that, you know, much support. So it's just like, I think that's like totally awesome, you know. So that's just basically about that. But as far as like what I'm saying, like with the views and stuff like that, you know, a lot of people do get caught up on that, and it's just like, you know, I know with the monetization okay, just wanted to pronounce that real quick. But you know, I know a lot of people you know, want to get their channel monetized, and also whatever the case is. And as far as like with the views, I know I don't really want to talk about the money part, because sometimes YouTube, you know, it's just like it's just crazy, because sometimes you be thinking they be picking certain videos to get monetized and stuff like that. Because I do have one video or a few videos that, you know, aren't monetized because of, for some reason, I don't know, but you know, whatever, but we're not going to get into that or whatever the case is. But you know, because YouTube is coming up with more guidelines now and stuff like that, and it's just like, you know, making it a little bit harder for content creators to get channels monetized because of what's going on or whatever the case is. It's just raining out of nowhere. Oh my goodness, I didn't even know that it was supposed to rain today. That was a shower. But anyway, I'm going home anyway. I ain't going nowhere. It's a shower. But at any rate, y'all gonna hear some rain. But yeah, so as far as like the views and stuff like that, yeah, you get excited, because let me just tell y'all something right now. My highest view video is 408K and counting, okay? And that's my full locks video. When I put that video, I have not had no intention of that video hitting that many viewers, okay? I was just like, what? And you know, I have other, you know, videos that's, you know, a little bit under that's like 200K, 1K and stuff like that, and those are like hair videos. And I noticed that those videos do get the most views, and it's like, that's what a lot of people want to see. And those videos are very hard to make, because those wigs and stuff like that I'm very meticulous. It's just me. I don't like just throwing up anything. I like my stuff to be quality as I can, because I'm an anal person, and it's just like I try to get out of that, but it's just like, you know, I want it to be good, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want it to be whatever. And I think like, you are your worst critic, or, you know, whatever the case is. So but for me, I think I am a little bit hard on myself with certain things. You know, some things I'll be thinking, so I think I'm a little over dramatic. I be OD, you know, I be over, you know, like I'll be like, oh, I don't know about this, or, you know, I'll be saying to my friends sometimes, like I'll be like, oh, I don't know about this video, you know what I'm saying, like, especially if it's a new video that I'm doing. And of course I'm open to, like, you know, suggestions and recommendations and things of that sort, because, you know, nobody's perfect, like I said before. But sometimes I just like, you know, whatever the case is. And, you know, and there's a lot of YouTubers out there that are like that as well. And also there's YouTubers that have videos that they never put out, that they had never put out, because of, you know, them thinking that the video is not, you know, is not good to them, whatever the case is. So that's just how I am. You know, if the video is not doing, if the video, I have to, like, I'll be quick to upload a video. Not quick, but I'm good for uploading a video. And if I see something I don't like in there, that video is coming down. I don't care who left a comment. Sorry, I will be back. Okay, I have to fix this, and then we go. I've done that. Okay, I've done that. You know, and it depends on what it is. You have to be comfortable with what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because it is your channel. It is your video. You know what I mean? So that's just basically it about that. Also with YouTube, if you are telling you know, your viewers or whatever, that you are going to do this, you are going to do that, I'm going to put up this, I'm going to put up that, you're basically telling them that this is what you're going to do. But if you don't do it, you basically are selling them a dream. Okay, if you can't do it, then you can't do it. Okay, that's just point blank, period. The people, the viewers that do watch you are counting on you. So, and there's some viewers that hang on your every word. There are some viewers out there that are like that. They hang on your every word, and they be waiting for certain things. I know people are waiting for this wig tutorial. I am sorry, but I've been putting out other stuff, but the wig tutorial is like, it's a little bit more. You know, I'm gonna try to in the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna try to. I want to try to put it out next week. I think that will be a little bit more feasible for me. I'm gonna work on it, work on it more tonight. I did one side already, but that braided wig is a lot. I'm glad I only got to do the front, but I did them too small, and I was like, "Dee." So if y'all saw the video in the community, the picture in the community post, but you guys know I'm gonna put another picture up there to show that one side is done. I just have to do the other side. So that side I'm gonna start recording, and then and then I'm gonna record me laying down the tracks and stuff like that. So more wig videos is coming. So that's just basically it about that. But yeah, so I just want to put that, you know, out there for y'all, you know, since I'm talking about stuff like that. But you know, when you tell and then I know there are dire emergencies and stuff like that, that's, you know, that's what it is. But if you are just point blank period not putting it out there, and you're over there doing yada yada yada, doing blah blah blah, you know, whatever the case is, that you know, all of that means BS. If that's what you're doing and you're not even concentrating on what you're supposed to do, then that's not good either. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people do look to see, the people that like you look up to you in a sense, you know what I mean? And you know, not as far as, you know, being envious, you know, I mean, not as far as being obsessed or whatever the case. I mean, there's some people out there that's crazy, so you do have to watch out for them. But I'm just saying, like, you know, they basically like what you say, they support you, and they like how your vibe is and stuff like that. And I get that from a lot of people that follow me. You know, they say all of that, and that's good. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that, you know what I mean? And you know, so you got people that really like you and stuff like that, and you know, you have to be on the up and up. You can't be on some phony type stuff, you know what I mean? And it's like my subscribees, like you know, I can't, it's a lot of y'all, you know, and but you know, I'm not, you know, I don't talk to them on a personal basis, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's too many of y'all. It's too many of y'all, number one. Number two, that you know, that's what you are, you know, subscribee, you know, my subscribees, you know. And to those that I have met, you know, through YouTube, like, meaning like, you know, met as a friend, not met physically, but there have been people that I met physically in the natural hair world when I went to the hair shows and stuff like that, and that was just totally awesome. and looking forward to meet more, you know, and things of that sort. But and looking forward to meet other you know, people that I met on YouTube, of course, you know, and that will be soon. So and you know, and other people that I've connected with on YouTube, you know, and I connected with on a different level. So it's like I'm looking forward to that, you know, especially, you know, I'm just looking forward to that. But you know, yeah, nobody being that transparent, y'all. You know what I mean? But anyway, I digress. But yeah, so, but like, I'm just saying, and all in all, in a nutshell, you know, just your time will come. You know, you can't force what you want to happen. You know what I mean? If you want this many subscribers or this many views or whatever the case is, you will get it soon. You know what I mean? Especially if you are dedicated and you are willing to sacrifice certain things and do what you're supposed to do. Number one, with me, editing takes me forever. It's a lot. That's what you gotta do. Let me tell y'all that that premiere, I mean, yeah, it's premiering tonight. Okay, this vlog won't come on till after that. Okay, so that video took me forever to edit because I had to add mad pictures. If I had a green screen, that would have took me more than that. You know what I mean? So I was like, bruh, like I was there forever. So that would, oh my goodness. So growing up in hip-hop, I hope y'all are watching that. That comes on Thursday, and that's tomorrow at 9 o'clock, I believe, Eastern Standard Time. Growing up in hip-hop in New York. I don't watch the Atlanta one. New York, because it just started, so I'm like, why not? You know, I don't feel like catching up. I already got to catch up on a whole bunch of other stuff. I got to catch up on Power. I didn't watch the last season. This season is already out, so I'm already late, okay? I have to, I said I was going to start watching Claws. I have to catch up with that. 13 Reasons Why. They have a third season. I have to catch up with the second season. So I have a lot that I want to do, and I'm moving into this. Not saying I'm gonna start doing reality TV shows, but it's like, you know, it's fun, you know, and it's like I don't want to really be in a celebrity gossip, but it's just like fun or whatever the case is. So I was like, let me just do this and see what type of turnout I'm gonna get or whatever the case is. So I think it's pretty dope or whatever. So, you know, just something different on my channel. I'm always in some avenues or whatever the case is. So that's one of the avenues. And that's just basically it about that. But that's just it. Don't let anybody, you know, steal your joy or try to put you down or whatever the case is. And as far as, like I said, with the views, it will come. It will just come. You know, sometimes you get down about it, like me. Sometimes I do, like, but you know, I won't dwell on it because I know at the end of the day it will come, you know, whenever it does come. You know, I'm not over here crying over spilled milk, you know, like whatever it is. Whoever's gonna watch me is gonna watch me. You know what I mean? And that's just basically about that. You know, I'm not gonna sit up here, come up on YouTube all the time or every day like, oh, what was me? No, we not doing that out here. Okay, nobody got time for that. You know, I don't got gloomy days. Okay, I mean, I do have gloomy days, you know, but I'm not saying every day ain't gonna be no gloomy day. Okay, my dude, like I'm a smile through the darkness, or smile through, you know, whatever pain or stress or whatever the case is, because at the end of the day, life is too short, you know what I mean? And you have to do, you know, you have to live to find another day. Okay, and where's that from? Friday. Live to find another day. Pops. But oh Jesus. Okay, every time I see like an ambulance or like I be scared, but it's like I'm like, where they coming from? Where they coming from? But Lord Jesus, I don't know where they be coming from. So at any rate, look at this person trying to squeeze through. Let me back up. But yeah, so that's just basic. Oh, where they going? But anyway, but yeah, so I'm back, y'all. Oops. Oh Jesus, I shouldn't have went. I'm behind the driving school thing. Lord. I'm just trying to like get up out of here. But yeah, so that's just basically it. But what you want me to do? I can't do nothing. Somebody gonna beep at me. What you want me to do? And it was a student driver in front of me. Like, what, I'm gonna beep at them? They learning how to drive. That's what I'm saying. In New Jersey, like, beeping over here. Like, wherever you gotta go, you should have went. You should have left your house early. Oh well, you should have left your house early. Russian people. That's how people get into accidents. Up out of here. At any rate, you see what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even do nothing. Like, I'm waiting. You want me to run into the car? Like, bruh, like, y'all be on one right here. Like, my dude, relax. See, this one need to hurry up and get home. I'm sorry, y'all, because that got on my nerves right there. That got on my. I'm sorry, y'all. You know, I know y'all be having road rage. Don't try to come for me, okay? Because people will try you. People will try you with it. People will try you, and then watch they gonna beep at me. You can go around. That's what you could do. At any rate. So back to what I was saying, because people be, you know what I mean, son? But at any rate, so yeah. So that's just basically it. And then do what you're supposed to do. You know, if you want to be in your own lane on YouTube, be in your own lane. Let's define being in your own lane. This is what I think being in your own lane means. Okay, you driving. I'm driving right now. There's 2 lanes out here. I'm in my own lane. Okay? There's other people in the lane. Okay? If they're in the way, I'm moving around. Okay? I'm moving around because I don't want them in my way. I'm trying to go to a destination. Okay, so with being in your own lane, you are trying to reach a goal or destination, or you're trying to do what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have, well, whatever, tunnel vision, and going that way. See what I'm saying? And moving around people that is not about the life that you're doing, and basically minding your business. You're moving around. You're standing in your own lane. Tunnel vision. That's what I think being in your own lane means to me. You know, y'all can say what y'all think it is, but a lot of people use that term, but they don't really, I don't think they know the definition of it, because you know, some people swerve out the lane and end up in somebody else's lane when they had no business being in that lane. Y'all, I do be cracking myself up. Who said? Somebody said that. I do be cracking myself up, because it's like you sit here and you think about certain stuff that certain people do, and it's like, Dad, do you really remember or think what you said before it came out your mouth? Like, my dude, did you really think of that before it really came out your mouth? I don't think so, because some people do not think before they speak. I mean, please, you know, that's out the window. You know how people say think before you speak? That's really out the window. Just talk. That's why I say people like to talk. They like to listen to themselves talk. They just like to talk. This is all they do. That's all they do. And sometimes it be a bunch of hot air, so it's just like, like, what are you talking about, my dude? I know y'all probably looking at me sometimes like, what are you talking about? But I don't care. But it be on some positive stuff though. I don't be on here like, what and this, that, and third. Like, bruh. You know, this what I'm thinking. If you got that much energy to do all of that, you got energy to you know, to exercise, or, you know, do 55 leg lifts, do 110 crunches, my dude. Do 200 sit-ups. You know, I challenge you. Take my ab challenge. I'm almost done with it. I got a few more days. I took a lot of rest, but You know, I got a few more days to finish up. You know, do 200 sit-ups, my dude. Do 100 leg, do 100 second plank, my dude. You know what I mean? You know, like get out of here. Like, bruh. Oh boy, to give that challenge, please. But that's just basically it. But yeah, so yeah, it's raining. I can't even do yoga outside. Oh well, I gotta do it on the inside, and I'm exercising today. Oh, cause I took like 4 days off or something like that, so I got stuff. But yeah, so I didn't even know. Oops, I done ran over. I didn't know it was supposed to rain today. But yeah, so that's just basically it, y'all. That's all I was talking about. You know, self-care and basically taking care of yourself, and also taking a mental day. Just take that mental day. If you're tired, you know, just relax. Put your feet up and do what you're supposed to do. You know, people take their energy and put it into things that don't make sense. Like, they waste their energy on things that's not relevant, and they wonder why they be too tired. Okay, especially if you doing something that's not relevant. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, like, oh, okay, yes, that's why you're tired, because you're minding someone's business, number one. You just talking BS, number two. Number three, you just in drama. I know why you're tired. You're probably tired of talking. Like, I would be tired of talking. But I don't record every day. I don't do voiceovers all the time. I do talk to people on the phone and stuff like that, yeah. And but I just don't understand. But everybody does YouTube differently, you know what I mean? So you can't structure or tell somebody how to do YouTube. But if you come out here and say you're going to do X, Y, and Z, do it. Do it. You're selling somebody a dream, I do. Like, stop telling people a dream. I'm sorry, but that's just basically it about that. Like if you on your grind, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, your potential, you doing what you're supposed to do, people will be there to support you. I'm talking about those that are already supporting you. They'll be there. They'll stick there. But if you lost support, you just lost support. That's just how it is, Que sera, sera. But keep the people that you have already, you know what I mean? Keep them engaged, the supporters that you lost, you just lost them. Things happen. Hey, whatever, that's all well and good. Just move on with whom you have, you know what I mean? So, and stop worrying about Sally, Jack, and Jane. Like, that's the problem. That's the problem with a lot of people. You worry about a whole bunch of other things, but you got 1,001 priorities that may be on the floor because you are worried about stuff on YouTube. That's why I made that video about social media taking over your personal life. It's nuts. Like, hello? Like why? You make yourself extra old like that. Like, like, hello? That's why when I don't got time for nothing, you know what I mean? Somebody try to come at me with some stuff. This is it. Michael Jackson, this is it. Look at my face. Because you look dumb. You see what I'm saying? Like, but whatever. If you don't want the stress or whatever like that, then just, Like, and like with comments and stuff like that, I always say like block certain things and stuff. Like I usually say that. And also, if you don't, I guess if you don't want to see the person, people like to block too, but I don't gotta block. My ignore game is on fleek. Like, it's not hard for me, like my dude, you know, like I'll be like pop. You know what I mean, son? I don't got time for it. Anybody got time? Anybody got time? Anybody got time for it? Let me get out of here, y'all. I gotta put this premiere up. This vlog will be after this premiere. This might be a premiere too, because I'm starting to like the outcomes of the vlogs and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what's up. So, and I'm catching up with the vlogs and stuff like that, and I'm not just vlogging all the time. Yeah, so I'm trying not to make these vlogs long, but it's hard, y'all. I like to talk. I like to talk. I like to hear myself talk. It's like nah. But at any rate, but it'd be good talk. So oh, it's thundering. Oh, let me get my butt in the house. All right, I'm talking to y'all later. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Remember self-care. Get a wellness health check and things of that sort, and definitely do what you gotta do, and don't be fake and phony. Okay, peace, bye.